The European election results have caused a lot of anguish and a lot of soul searching for those of us who are liberal-minded, decent people. The rise of the far right in Central Europe is incredibly worrying. There's been a real tendency for people facing economic woes and social problems to turn to extremist parties on the far right. And this is largely due to the fact that people usually seek someone else to blame for their own problems in life. In France, a third of the people who voted for National Rally, Marine Le Pen's party, which is an extreme right party. In Austria, the far right are now the largest party. And in Germany, 16% of people have voted for Alternative for Deutschland. It is sad that so many people in Europe are now driven by hate and are seeking a culture of blame. The reason for people turning to the right is largely because of their fear of migration. Their naive worldview tends for them to believe that people who come to their countries from overseas are part of the problem, whereas the reality is that such countries as Austria, Germany and France needs migrant workers in order to support their economies. And such people contribute positively to the life in the society as well as the economy. Many people who turn to the far right are Islamophobic. For some reason which I cannot fathom, they have a problem with the beautiful, peace-loving religion that is Islam and people who are Muslims. I can never understand that worldview. Seeking to blame others because they look different to you, or because they believe something different, or they dress differently, is incredibly simplistic and doesn't take account of many other factors which contribute to life in community. Given the recent history of Central Europe, it is even more worrying that people are willing to turn to parties who promote fascism and racism. There are indeed many parallels with the events of the 1930s. One can be hopeful because the vast majority of people voted against extremist parties. But at the same time, the rise of these parties does give real cause for concern. I'm an optimistic sort of person. I usually try to see the glass as half full. And I hope that people will begin to look deeper into the choices that they make at the ballot box and think about issues that promote compassion, social justice, and the rights of all people, regardless of their country of origin, ethnicity, or religion. Why can't we live in a world which is fairer and more just, which promotes the well-being of all in society, rather than just seeking to promote the interests of a majority group? And remember, fascism doesn't come in an instance. It comes up upon us like a thief in the night. We can be naive and think that this is not a social problem, but it is a massive problem. And us fair-minded, decent people of Europe must do something to stand up against these horrible, abhorrent political parties and those who vote for them. My name is Bye Bye Fat Man.